drawing large amounts of water into their uniquely vaulted mouths, walruses are able to fire a high-pressure jet stream at the otherwise inaccessible mollusks. Clearing out the surrounding debris, the walrus's spit reveals and loosens their food source, allowing for easy removal and consumption. And once the soft flesh has been devoured, the walrus simply spits out the remaining shells. As effective as their unique spitting technique is in feeding, it is often little protection against the Arctic's other predators. While healthy adult walruses are more than capable of defending themselves, polar bears will rush the herd on the beach, attacking any individual that is crushed or injured in the sudden exodus. Even in the water, they are not entirely safe, with killer whales known to target calves or otherwise unwary walruses from the depths. With their predators equally determined and well-equipped, the seemingly relaxed walrus must remain ever ready in the unforgiving Arctic. From the tropical forests and grasslands of Southeast Asia to the dry savanna and arid regions of southern Africa, the cobra strikes fear into all that cross its path. And this is by design. The name cobra is derived from Portuguese for hooded snake. There are over 20 species of true hooded cobras spread across 2 continents. And it is this intimidating appendage that lends this snake its fearsome reputation. But the cobra's hood hides a secret weakness in this seemingly indomitable animal. While non-venomous snakes such as boas and pythons will grab their prey and squeeze them to death, cobras rely on venom to kill. With relatively small fangs and a slender build, cobras are more vulnerable during these hunts than their bigger, more muscular counterparts. Needing to bite down and hold on to their prey in order to deploy their deadly venom against smaller animals, this aggressive technique poses little danger to the cobra. But against larger game, such as rats or even other snakes, if the cobra fails to disable their quarry immediately, they can easily be injured or killed in the ensuing struggle. This is where the fearsome hood comes into play. Rearing up to display its characteristic flattened neck, the cobra appears bigger than it actually is, effectively bluffing its way out of dangerous situations. It is the dramatic impact of this unique display that has made the species a favorite of snake charmers. But some cobra species have another, more dangerous weapon in their defensive arsenal: While all venomous snakes secrete venom from their fangs, spitting cobras have modified this trait to launch long-range assaults. By contracting the venom glands, spitting cobras squeeze small amounts of venom at high pressure through their fangs. Enlarged fang holes direct the venom upward and outward. The snake simultaneously flaying its head to widen the target area of the spray. Projecting over 2 meters with lightning speed, the venom combines neurotoxins and cytotoxins, allowing it to damage nerve tissue and shut down individual cells. If this deadly spray is inhaled or comes into contact with a cut, it can cause serious damage. But the real target is the eyes, with the cobra seeking to blind its attacker. Predated upon in the wild by birds of prey, rival snakes and mongooses, for spitting cobras, this vicious defensive mechanism can be a lifesaver. So instinctive is this ability that baby snakes are able to spit immediately after hatching, and some species have been reported to spit even after death. Found throughout the Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Oceans, one species of fish has evolved its talent for spitting to be used in a variety of applications. Small and charismatic creatures, jawfish average just 10 centimeters in length. Occupying challenging terrain and ready to duck for cover at the slightest hint of danger, there are currently over 80 described species of jawfish, with more being discovered all the time. Exhibiting great variety in their appearance, they share the common attributes of enlarged heads, bulbous eyes, and cavernous mouths. The huge mouth of the jawfish is kept busy digging burrows. Spitting excavated material to one side, jawfish tunnel vertically into the sea floor in order to create cleverly engineered burrows. It is here they will spend the majority of their lives, safely ensconced from the ocean's myriad of predators. Scooping up mouthfuls of sand, pebbles and coral rubble into its enlarged mouth chamber, the jawfish contracts its gills to force the debris back out again. Narrowing the mouth opening creates increased pressure, allowing the jawfish to fire targeted debris at unwelcome intruders. Unable to either outswim or fight off the many predators that target them, jawfish are extremely vulnerable in the open water. Rarely venturing far from their burrows, their remarkable mouths are their greatest asset in preparing and maintaining a ready escape route. When danger has passed by, a jawfish will cautiously check that the coast is clear before re-emerging from the safety of their burrows. While their spitting is not an effective deterrent to predators, it can be used against fellow jawfish. Investing so much of their energy into digging and fastidiously cleaning their burrows, it is no surprise that jawfish are highly territorial. And when a rival crosses the boundary, the resident jawfish will accurately spit gravel in a sign of aggression to ward the intruder away. But the jawfish's reliance on its mouth does not end with digging and spitting, with the males of the species also practicing mouth brooding. Carefully incubating their eggs while holding them in their mouths, the fathers-to-be will open wide to aerate their young, foregoing food themselves until the newborns are hatched. As the day draws to a close, the jawfish retires to the safety of its burrow. Covering and perfectly concealing the entrance, they may sleep safely within. Throughout almost the entirety of the world's vast ocean network, one of the most successful carnivores is also one of the most unassuming: the jellyfish. From the cold, sunless depths to warm tropical waters, the jellyfish drifts silent and dangerous throughout almost every ocean on the planet and reaches into many of its freshwater systems. With over 200 species, jellyfish are made up of a gelatinous or jelly-like body which can pulsate to propel them through the water, trailing an array of tentacles behind. It is these tentacles that, in many species, provide both a potent form of self-defense and a powerful attack. Exhibiting a stripped-down anatomical design, jellies dispense with extravagances such as a stomach, intestines, or lungs, instead taking in nutrients and oxygen through their cells. And with the most basic nervous system of any multicellular animal, the jellyfish is built to simply kill, eat, and make more jellyfish, tasks it has proven highly successful at over millennia. With limited control over their movement, jellies are vulnerable to predation in the open water. However, the brutal stings of their tentacles afford great protection. And aside from sharks, sea turtles, and a handful of fish species, the most common jellyfish predator is other jellyfish. Trailing their deadly tentacles like dragnets, jellies practice a distinctively passive form of hunting, feeding on whatever drifts their way be it fish, crustaceans, or plankton. Each jellyfish tentacle is packed with thousands of microscopic stinging threads called nematocysts. Triggered by touch, even lightly brushing against a jellyfish's tentacle builds pressure inside the nematocysts, causing them to uncoil. Millions of nematocysts fire into their victim, delivering paralyzing neurotoxic venom in less time than it takes to blink. Stinging is not the only weapon in the jelly's armory. Most jellyfish are transparent, making them almost invisible to both predators and prey within the water. But some species of jelly opt for the opposite tactic, employing bioluminescence to stand out, particularly in the dark ocean depths. The purpose of this mesmerizing chemical reaction is not fully understood, but it is understood to be a technique to startle and dissuade would-be predators. The Pacific man-o-war is not technically a jellyfish, but employs the same hunting tactic with a unique modification. Also known as the floating terror, this creature dangles its tentacles like fishing lines beneath a snail-shaped structure filled with gas, allowing it to hunt from the surface. An incredibly effective technique, it does place the man-o-war at the mercy of the winds, which can see them swept ashore in their thousands. The oldest multi-organ animal on the planet, the jellyfish's simple design and deadly stinging tentacles have allowed it to hunt the ocean for over 500 million years, a legacy that is set to continue. Seeming to combine the anatomy of several different animals into one, the echidna sports a blanket of porcupine-like spines that serve as its greatest defense asset. While far more timid than the dreaded snake woman of Greek mythology after whom they were named, echidnas, like their namesake, combine the qualities of reptiles and mammals. Despite their superficial resemblance to anteaters and hedgehogs, echidnas are only one of two surviving members of the unique order of monotremes, or egg-laying mammals. Thus, the echidna's closest relative is another unlikely creature, the platypus. Found only in Australia and New Guinea, echidnas descend from an ancient aquatic ancestor and appear to have borrowed from a number of different animals as they evolved for life on the land. Sporting the elongated snout of an anteater, while female echidnas do lay eggs like reptiles, they also make use of a pouch similar to that of a kangaroo. But it is their dense coat of spiny armor that is their most distinctive acquisition, forming an overwhelming obstacle to their many predators. Targeted by snakes, monitor lizards, dingoes, and more, the echidna's spikes are designed to wound or even blind anything that attempts to bite them. Up to 5 centimeters in length, the echidna's spikes are composed of the same material as human fingernails. Coating almost their entire body, when threatened, the echidna digs its vulnerable underside into the earth with its powerful legs, presenting an impenetrable morass of needles to its attacker. With relatively poor eyesight, the bulk of the echidna's diet is nonetheless made up of tiny ants and termites. Hunting with their highly sensitive snouts, not only are echidnas equipped with an excellent sense of smell, they also boast an array of electro-sensors. Detecting the faint electrical signals from insect bodies, echidnas are unexpectedly skillful hunters of their prey. While their short legs account for their distinctive waddling gait, echidnas are strong-limbed animals and employ their enlarged claws to dig out their food with tireless efficiency. And, like a microscopic version of their hide, the echidna's long tongue is coated in tiny spines, making for an inescapably sticky appendage to slurp up their plentiful prey. Thanks in large part to their hardened hide, echidnas are able to live slow and long. Resistant to stress, echidnas have a slow metabolism, allowing them to make the most of their food. And with an average temperature of 32 degrees, echidnas have the lowest body temperature of any mammal. With remarkable longevity for their size, this mysterious armored creature is rumored to live almost half a century in the wild. Serene and graceful as they glide through the water, when threatened, the stingray packs a lethal punch. Most commonly found in the coastal shallows of temperate seas, there are about 200 species of stingray. A relative of the shark, stingrays exhibit a very different temperament. Preferring to keep a low profile, they spend much of their time blended almost seamlessly into the sea floor. But despite their tranquil nature, stingrays have become infamous for their potent weapon that trails behind them. Stingray tails carry up to 2 barbed stings, covering a thin sheath of skin where venom is concentrated. Whipping their tails, the sting punctures the attacker's body, tearing the sheath and allowing a potent cocktail of venom to enter the wound. Many stingray stings also feature serrated edges, meaning they cause massive tissue damage when retracted. With its venom remaining potent even after death, the stingray's sting is the stuff of legends, once believed capable of dissolving stone. And while the barbed spines of the tails have been used to fashion weapons such as daggers and spears, for the stingray, it is purely used in self-defense. Predated upon by sharks, seals, and large fish, the stingray is more than capable of warding off or indeed killing any would-be attackers. But their deadly tails are not the stingray's only means of protection. Working their flattened bodies beneath the sand, stingrays employ a highly efficient form of camouflage. With eyes situated atop their heads, they can keep watch for danger, and if spotted, will raise their barbed tails in the manner of a scorpion, reminding any would-be predators of the threat they pose. With skeletons made of cartilage rather than bone, the stingray is able to propel itself through the water by the distinctive wave-like undulations of its body. While stingrays do hunt for fish, the bulk of their diet is made up of creatures that many other ocean predators are simply unable to find. Targeting clams, crustaceans, and other small animals hidden from sight, stingrays utilize electroreceptors to pick up on the faint electric fields they generate. Using this sixth sense, stingrays scour the sea floor like flying metal detectors, digging out their hidden quarry and crushing through protective shells with their powerful mouthparts. A uniquely designed creature, the stingray has swum the ocean for 100 million years and is well equipped to continue.